Well, now to an Indiana case that has haunted the nation for years. Richard Allen is set to stand trial for the murders of two teenage girls, but in recent days, his health has become the center of attention. Allen's lawyers have argued that his mental and physical health has drastically deteriorated while being held in isolation lockup. They've compared his current living conditions to being akin to a prisoner of war. Allen was arrested after ballistic evidence linked him to the crime scene, where the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German were found in Delphi, Indiana. The girls were last seen hiking in the area, the case eventually turning cold until Allen's arrest last year. Bob Motta is a defense attorney and host of the podcast Defense Diaries, and he joins us now live. Great to have you, Bob. Richard Allen being held at a state-operated prison. How unusual is that? We know defendants in other high-profile murders like Bryan Kohberger are sitting in jail right now.
Yeah, it's very unusual. And I mean, typically, in case our viewers don't know, jails are where pretrial detainees are typically held, which is somebody that's been arrested and they're awaiting trial. And if they couldn't bond out, they'll typically sit in jail. To send somebody to Department of Corrections or prison, which is where convicted felons go, is highly unusual. And that was obviously one of the primary thrusts of the defense argument, aside from the conditions of his his cell and his personal being and his mental health, which were all brought up ad nauseum yesterday. So, yeah, it's very rare. And he is the only pretrial detainee in Westville prison.
And you had an up-close look at him yesterday. You said he looked almost like he had been tranquilized. His defense team is trying to get him moved to a county jail for his mental health and well-being, but prosecutors have said Allen's treatment is humane. So is it in the best interest for this trial and the justice system to move him, Bob?
I think so. I think if there's any kind of question in terms of his competency leading into trial, because at the end of the day, this trial is about Abby and Libby and getting them justice and getting the families justice. And if this is the guy, then we want a fair trial. We don't want to have to do it again if it gets overturned on appeal because there was some issue with his pretrial detainment. So, I mean, if you're going to err on the side of caution, the move is to transfer him. And basically what came down yesterday in court was that Cass County Jail is more than capable of housing him. It's a jail. They have everything they need. They have a segregation unit because they're concerned, obviously, with other inmates potentially harming him due to the age and the violence that was, brought against these two little girls. And, that's always a concern in jail. So, they have everything they need. They have the manpower and the resources, because transportation to and from the jail was another big issue in terms of him getting back and forth without seeing any harm done to him. And, I think that the judge ultimately, my gut is saying that she's going to transfer him to Cass County Jail is what I'm thinking.
Really interesting. And you have a lot of experience in this sector. Can you talk about the mental health impact that incarceration can have on defendants awaiting trial?
Massive. And so this guy, Richard Allen, has been in solitary, which in that particular situation is 23 hours a day in complete solitary confinement with no human interaction whatsoever. And it's been 8 months. So, that obviously, I mean, just as a human being using your common sense, think about being in a cage for 23 hours a day with no human contact and try to think about where your mental state would be. It's no different for somebody who's sitting incarcerated, plus with everything that's going on in his mind. If he's sitting in there an innocent man, then he's freaking out. If he's sitting in there a guilty man, he's freaking out. Either way, and he has no one to sound off with. So, I mean, that is always going to affect your mental health. I mean, it just is. My client in Omaha, Anthony Garcia, spent 3 years in solitary, 23 hours a day. And by the time we went to trial, he was not there mentally at all. So it has a massive impact.
Well, it's sad to see. Innocent until proven guilty. And prosecutors have said in the past they believe Richard Allen is not the only person involved in these brutal murders. Do you believe more arrests are coming?
I think they just need to focus on the case at hand. When I looked at that PCA, that probable cause affidavit, when it dropped, I said to myself, wow, I hope there's a lot more evidence that they're going to find post-arrest, because it's thin. again, we all want, like, the goal here is, the objective is to get the right guy for who did this to these two wonderful, beautiful little girls that lost their lives. And like, instead of them worrying about somebody else, when they, on its face, doesn't look like they have a really, really strong case against him now. And that being said, we don't know what evidence they've produced since the arrest. Obviously, they've searched the home, the vehicles, the devices. I'm assuming that if he's the guy, that they have collected more evidence that we won't see until trial, frankly. So, I mean, there certainly could have been another person involved. I know that people have mentioned Keegan Kline and, various other people. I've heard other names thrown about as people that they think that someone else may have been the killer altogether. But as far as what law enforcement has done with this arrest, they're moving forward with the trial. They just need to focus on this and build their case, because if he's the guy, they're going to need the evidence at trial, because it's a much higher burden than a probable cause affidavit when you're talking about beyond a reasonable doubt.
And we are all hoping for justice for these families who have been through so much. Bob Motta, thank you, as always.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.